Well, welcome to the Stone Roadie podcast. This is the one you don't want to miss. It stars Craig Reed, the Stone Roadie, and Griff, the rocket scientist. Let's not forget Kathy Godsey and all the old friends come along. Lord Willie, talking Skinner, and leaving you with a song.
Hey y'all, welcome to the Stoned Roadie Show, featuring your host, Craig Reed, the world's most famous Stoned Roadie. Your co-host, Griff Martin, the rocket scientist, and longtime Lynyrd Skynyrd fan, the lovely Kathy Godsey. I'm Shelby Barrett, your official Stonette for the show, and we're bringing you all the skin information that you need to know on the Stoned Roadie Show.
Podcast 106 action. Alrighty then, looky here. This is podcast 106 of the Stoned Roadie Show, and my name's Craig Reed, aka the Stoned Roadie, and this is my co-host, the rocket scientist, Griff Martin. And why don't you just take us away, Griff? We are totally unrehearsed today, and I just don't know where to go from here. So just go for it, everybody.
Okay. That's a nice background you have there, Craig. Merry Christmas little background, and I see that you don't have the donation board up there, and that's probably because Bidenomics has hit us, and we haven't got any donations. So thank you.
Week. Nope.
Yeah, thank you there, Joe Biden, for putting a big screwed up economy on us. But I did get $70 in the mail from a guy named Holt. Just maybe it's a girl, I don't know. From Norwich, New York. Just $70 cash in the mail, no note, no nothing. I appreciate it, but I kind of need to know what it's for, you know. Send me a note back to the same place you sent it to, and let me know what you want me to do with that. If you want me to pass it on to the survivors, I'll do that. I sell T-shirts and things like that, so I don't know what it might be for, but yeah, Mr. or Mrs. Holt, please send me a little note as to what you want me to do with that. And the other thing too, Craig, is we didn't do so good with our bids on the items that we put up on the Stoned Roadie at Gmail. Did we? We didn't get any bids, or did we?
No, we did not get any bids. My buddy, let me see who that was. I can't remember. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah. My buddy that invited us over for dinner. That's right. Yeah. James Turner. Yeah, James Turner. Yeah, he called me, and he said he wanted to place a bid on the police report for $100, and he wanted to put a $50 bid on the guitar pick, and I told him, I said, yeah, that's not working out very well. You're the only one person that's even responded to that podcast where we were trying to, get donate. We're trying to do an auction without going through eBay, but I don't think that's going to work out very well.
No, we're gonna take the Rossington Collins DVD or CD, whatever you want to call it, music disc, and the two stage passes signed by Derek Hess and Barry Lee Harwood, the guitar pick, and then the arrest record, and we're going to put those on eBay. So you guys had a chance to get it probably a little cheaper, but so I guess a lot of our audience may not be on eBay, so we're going to go ahead and move that onto eBay. So look for that on eBay if you want to bid on it. And then, if you can see in my background back there, there's a Gary Rossington, Alan Collins, huge black and white picture back there that is going to be going on eBay too, unless somebody wants to throw an offer on that thing back there. It's a real nice big picture. And just email Craig at the stoneroadie@gmail.com if you're interested in that. Other than that, that'll go on eBay. And then we've got some more items that's going to go on there too. So we'll try again with that big picture back there if anybody's interested. The stoneroadie@gmail.com. Send Craig an email and send him an offer.
Yeah, we got Blackie. I got Blackie. I've been little non-diligent in my duties. I don't know how I want to put that. I was trying to put that up on eBay. Got a couple weeks ago, and then we got involved in that monument stuff, and I haven't done it yet. So hopefully I can get that. Blackie, Billy Fender gave us that guitar to put up for donations. Blackie, hopefully I can get that put up tomorrow and run it Thursday for a 10-day auction. If not, I'll try to get it up Sunday on my normal 7-day auction. But we got that video. You're going to play that video of Billy Fender down there at Orlando after this podcast, aren't you? I think.
Yeah. Well, we got an on the road with Griff Martin. I went to Mount Dora, Florida, and they had a guitar expo there. Billy Fender invited me, and then I went around and took a look at some of the vendors' things and did a little interview with Billy and went through a lot of his guitars. So any of you guys that are looking for a little technical side guitar kind of thing with skin formation with that, then take a look at the end of this podcast on the road with Griff Martin. Also, we've got a really cool, never before seen video that Craig, it's a lost reel of the Craig Reed 8mm movies. It's not like on the edge of your seat riveting, but it is a never before seen video of Lady Lambton's castle, and Dean Kilpatrick is in it. It's kind of short. I'll put that up, and then I'll put the Billy Fender on the road thing on there so you guys can take a look at that. And
yeah, well, after we got thrown out of, they had the Lambtons have 3 castles though. The Lion Reserve is the one that we got thrown out of. That was one that Red Boy was hanging in, or Blue Boy. I don't remember which one, but I think the photo, the painting of that is hanging in this castle too. I think isn't it in this?
I think I saw it in the video right below the staircase.
Yeah,
that's where
me and Dean and I stayed there, and there's a room where there's a death room, and there's all kind of cool stuff that's hundreds of years old in this thing. Yeah, it's only about 4 minutes long, but it's just me and Dean went there. I think I got one little shot of Lady Lambton, and I got one little shot of Dean. The rest of it's just stuff that was in this castle.
Yeah, I think I saw the staircase where Artemis spilled the wine and it ran down the wall.
No, that was a different castle.
Was that a different one?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can tell it's pretty old, but it's one that Craig found, and he recently had it put into a digital file, and he gave it to me this morning, and I'll put it up there for you guys to take a look at. That was a pretty good podcast you had with Kathy there, the last podcast that you did for Thanksgiving.
We got Kathy and I got another one coming up this Saturday with oh gosh, what was his name? Robert Lamb. Yeah. And apparently he was really good friends with Bob Burns, and he's got some pretty interesting his side of the story about what happened to Bob Burns, So I'm interested in hearing that as well. I guess Kathy's been speaking with him. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So I mean, I'm sure he's got some great stories, and that reminds me too, because I'm going to start a little Steve Gaines project. You guys have been wanting to hear a lot more about Steve Gaines. And if there's anybody out there who knew Steve Gaines, send Craig an email to the stoneroadie@gmail, and he'll pass that information on to me. I'm going to be getting with Joe Crimp. And Joe, if you're out there, man, I'm going to be giving you a call, because I want to get with you, and I want to get a hold of Moose, who was one of the band members with Steve Gaines' band, Crawdad, and I'm actually thinking if I can get enough people where I can go interview some people, I will go out to Miami, Oklahoma, and you don't want to pronounce it Miami. Those people get pissed. It's Miami. So yeah, I'll do an on the road out there with Steve Gaines. So I'm going to be working on that pretty diligent. Try to get a few people to interview there about Steve Gaines, and we're going to do a lot of Steve Gaines stuff coming up. So that's going to be pretty cool. And Craig and I, we were talking about a few things. One of them was that damn Craig. What do you think about that guitar that Johnny gave to Jelly Roll? What?
I don't know. I don't know how to quite how to respond to that. I'm not real familiar with Jelly Roll. I don't know any of his songs or anything. I'm kind of surprised that they would give a guitar to Jelly Roll. From what I understand, he don't even play guitar, and I don't know what that's all about. I just know he's kind of a new talent that's on the new horizon, and it looks like I don't know, the Skynyrd wants to have their name associated with some kind of new talent. I don't know what's going on there, but in my opinion, Gary wouldn't have gave his guitar to nobody like Jelly Roll, but whatever.
Well, that was one of his Les Pauls. Did you see the guitar?
It's one. I don't know how many he has. He probably has 2 or 3 of them, but yeah, it's kind of, kind of unusual. I know Ronnie gave a guitar to Charlie Daniels, but it's a little bit different of a situation.
Yeah, and this happened quite a while back, but I happened to see it again on Facebook, and I was telling Craig about it, and Craig said, "What the hell are they doing giving it to Jelly Roll?" Because I mean, everybody was jumping Craig's ass about the funeral brochure, right? And then they turn around and give the guitar to Jelly Roll, and it's not like he's a Southern rock icon or anything. I don't know. Maybe they're gonna have some kind of have Jelly Roll open up for Skynyrd. What do you think about that?
I don't know. I don't know anything about that situation. I guess he's an ex-drug addict that's married to a porn star. That's all I know about the guy.
Is that what it is? Yeah, because
I don't know. Something along that line.
I have to say I've listened to a little Jelly Roll, and I know there's some people that like Jelly Roll. I'm not saying I don't like Jelly Roll. I'm not familiar with him, other than I know I don't think he's a Southern rock entertainer. But yeah, there's some pretty cool stuff coming up down here in Florida. Our house band, Six Gun, I think it's the 13th of January, or is it February? You'll have to go on there and look, but it's the Manatee Festival in Crystal River. You guys check that out. Go online and Google Manatee Festival, and our house band Six Gun's going to be playing there. So you guys might want to check that out, and I'll definitely be there. And we may get Shelby to come down there and break her in on a live concert, but we'll see what we can do about getting her there. And I don't think Craig's ready to come back to Florida for a while.
That thing at the Manatee Festival, isn't that more of a Davis and Lane thing with the Rossington Collins project?
Yeah, they're gonna have Derek Hess there for sure, and then Seda. They'll be doing some Rossington Collins stuff, but I think they, of course, they're going to have Zach's dad, Chad. He's going to be singing too because they wanted him. So they're going to be playing all kinds of stuff, and it's going to be really cool. Then I think they have like an acoustic thing going on too afterwards somewhere. little more information on that when I get it. But if you guys want to check out the Manatee Festival in the first of the year coming up, that's going to be pretty cool. And then we're going to, what I'd like to do is we got a Sunday morning acoustic thing that we're going to be doing. And it's going to be featuring the Zach Lane and Six Gun. But what I'd like to do is if anybody's got any acoustic songs that like a new up and coming band that's out there, or if you're a Lynyrd Skynyrd tribute band and you want to send a file to Craig so we can take a look at it, send it to the Stoned Roadie at gmail.com with you guys, maybe one or two songs, playing some acoustic music, and we'll put it on Sunday morning acoustic. And Craig and I won't be on that. We're just gonna roll the footage on Sunday morning. Probably be about 10 o'clock or something, maybe something like that, maybe a little later. So you guys can see some acoustic music, and we're gonna be trying to do a little bit more of that for something to do. So that ought to be pretty cool. Then another thing I was going to talk to you about too, Craig, was what's that deal with ARTIMUS and Dolly that's going on? Something to do. ARTIMUS was pissed off because they said that Freebird song that was Lynyrd Skynyrd that was playing with Dolly and not ARTIMUS Pile Band.
Apparently, something about it on the video. It kind of says the Dolly Parton and Lynyrd Skynyrd and Artem, and I guess it's not Lynyrd Skynyrd that's playing in the band. It's actually the Artemis Pyle band. But I guess in order to sell more records or whatever they want to call them these days, I guess Dolly's management or whatever decided to attach Lynyrd Skynyrd's name to it instead of Artemis's Pyle's band, for it's a.
I still haven't heard the Freebird, the Dolly Parton Freebird yet. Have you?
Yeah, I was hoping for more.
Yeah, what was your opinion
about that? Yeah. I Gary's part's real good, where Gary's playing with slide, it's real, it's real good. And, Artemis's drumming is real good. And, but the arrangement of the song, when it goes into just the guitar solo, there's a lot of, I don't know, other stuff going on.
Yeah, I haven't heard it yet. I don't even know if it's available. Can people listen to that on the internet?
I heard it on the internet. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out because I still haven't heard it. I know it was a big secret there for a while, and then you told me that Artie was a little upset about what they were doing there.
I just heard that today. Yeah. I was not impressed with her version of Freebird at all. Yeah.
And she sang the whole thing like Ronnie, and then
nothing like Ronnie. it's totally different. Yeah.
That's kind of going to be. I'm going to have to check that out. So yeah, you guys want to go on there and then give us some feedback on that in the comments there about that, and tell us what you think about it. And next time we go on, we'll discuss some of that. So what you been up to lately, Craig? How's the holidays going for you?
Oh, yeah, like I said, I just went over to my friend James Turner's for dinner. Me and Otto did, and yeah, that's about all I've been doing. Just laying low for the holidays. Yeah, it's got cold up here in Ohio the last couple of days. It's pretty cold out.
It's even cold here in Florida. When do you think you might put these other items on eBay, like the pick and the Arrest record. Got
Probably
the
here,
pick, arrest
probably
record.
here, probably here through Christmas. I thought, after I thought about it, I thought maybe that would be a good time to run Blackie, sometime before Christmas started. That's how I'm gonna run it here about the 1st of December, and yeah, run it for Christmas. Run some things for Christmas, I guess maybe.
Yeah, we do still have some money that we need to get to who is it? Leslie and who else did we need to get some money to?
We only gave it to Gene and Mark Howard, so we need to give money to Paul Welsh, Mark Franks, and Leslie Hawkins. We still need to give them.
Yeah, so if you guys are listening, Paul Welsh, Mark Frank, and Leslie, we got, what is it, $1,000, Craig?
Yeah, we're just a little bit short of being able to clearly give them all $1,000 out of donation money. Yeah, but once we sell the guitar and stuff, we'll be able to meet that obligation. Yeah.
Yeah, and then all this other stuff, the arrest record, the DVD, and then the pick, that's going to go to Mark Howard. That's what Brandon Campbell wanted to do with it. And then I've got a few other items that Brandon gave me that I'll trickle in there to Craig, and he'll get that up on eBay. So
Yeah, and
you guys,
cousin Figel sent me a couple of boxes full of some memorabilia stuff. I need to figure out how to market too. Yeah.
and if somebody wants to go to eBay to look at what you got for sale, what would they go to on eBay to find you?
My username, my seller name is Survivor_Films. But I only sell on Sunday nights. I start selling it. I only sell 2 things a night, but I'll probably sell more. I'll probably still start selling about 8:30 to 9 every 10 minutes, 8:30, 8:40, 8:50, and 9 o'clock. Sell like 4 things.
So I guess you'll put Blackie up first, and then
Blackie will go up at 9 o'clock. Yeah, 9 o'clock. Sunday it'll close next Sunday at 9 o'clock. Not this coming Sunday, but the next Sunday.
And Zach, I've got footage of Zach playing Blackie. I believe it was up there in Virginia. I forget the name of the venue that we were at, but it was he played it there, and I actually I could send you a jump drive with that video on there if somebody wanted to see that guitar being played. It's a good sounding guitar. It's a Strat, but it's it's a kind of like a Frankenstrat, and you guys used to make those, didn't you, Craig?
Yeah, Strat with Teleneck. Yeah, that was kind of Ed King started doing it, I think, and then Alan did it, and then I put that one together that Steve Gaines played on the Street Survivor album. Yeah.
Yeah, and Billy Fender, and when you see in this guitar expo that I went to, we kind of went through a bunch of guitars that he's got, and so any of you gearheads might want to check out some of these guitars. And if you see any of the guitars that on there that you're interested in, go to supportsurvivors.net, send me an email. Oh, hey, you got some of that whiskey, huh? Looked like you drank quite a bit of it.
Oh, I drank a little bit of it. No, I didn't.
Yeah, what's your thoughts on the whiskey?
Well, it's not sweet like I heard it was like Southern Comfort. I like the cork. The corks were real cool addition, and
Cool bottle.
yeah, it's not bad. It's better than Jim Beam White. Of course, anything's better than Jim Beam White.
Yeah, I'd heard it.
I got my Trump mugshot glass here.
Yeah, man. It's getting pretty hairy over there in the Middle East, man. We kind of, I don't know what's going to happen, but you guys might want to start figuring out what cave you're going to crawl in, because things are getting pretty rough over there. old Biden's got us in a world of mess. I don't think there's a whole lot of Biden fans on the Stone Roadie podcast. I wouldn't think, but
It's got a
if you
bite
are,
to it.
yeah, it doesn't taste like Southern Comfort.
No, it's not sweet. It's definitely not sweet like Southern Comfort. I heard it was syrupy, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
What did you get it for a Christmas gift?
Yeah, I guess. No, Sammy collects bourbon, and he got him a couple bottles. He's not going to open his.
Oh yeah,
I'm not like that. If I got something, I use it.
How is it? Does it have like what seals that cork in there? Is it like some wax or something?
No, it's just cork. It's
Just had a cork in it, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know they were standing in line out there in the rain over there at Whitey's to get their bottle of whiskey. So I wonder what a bottle of that cost for some Hell House whiskey.
I think it's $50.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's some pretty pricey whiskey, but I guess it probably.
I said it was better than Jim Beam White, but I think it was Brandon Campbell said it ought to be. It's 3 times more expensive than Jim Beam White.
Yeah, good God, that's pretty expensive. You ought to get some kind of a Ricky Medlock or Johnny Van Zant signature on there with it. Yeah, and I recently, Joey Davis, the guy that I interviewed, Oliver Anthony's guitar player. Actually, his real name's Chris Lunsford. They're going to kick off a really big tour next year. So you guys keep an eye out for their schedule. It's actually an international tour. They're going to be going.
They're actually playing up here in Ohio. They're playing at the Tower. Well, I don't remember what they call it now. But yeah, they're playing up here in Cleveland. I'm planning on going to that.
Yeah, and Joey sent me, he said, hey, pick out a place in Florida that you want to go to, and I'll send you some tickets. So maybe I'll be able to get backstage and get to meet Chris Lunsford, Oliver Anthony. I think he's got even some more songs that he's put out. Have you heard any of the newest ones?
No, I haven't. No.
Yeah, so
I think he's doing some recording, so he's probably, keeping, saving some stuff for a record.
His tour. I was looking at his tour dates for next year, and it's kind of almost like that Lynyrd Skynyrd. What was that tour that they called that was so hectic? It was like
the torture tour.
Yeah, it's almost like a torture tour, man. They've got like
88 show cities in 95 days.
Wow, it's not quite that bad, but he's actually it looks like every 2 days, every other day, every 2 days they've got a concert, and they're going to be coming to Plant City. It might be the Strawberry Festival over in Plant City, and that's probably the one that I'm going to go to. So I even told Joey, I said, hey, if you guys want to come stay at my house, you could come stay at my house, and we'll have a steak dinner or something. Maybe I can get them out of the hotel and hang out with Oliver Anthony and Joey Davis. Yeah, so you guys check out their new music, and I know he's got that big tour going. So whatever city they're coming to, you might want to check that out. But other than that, Craig, I don't think I've got anything else to talk about, man. Like I said, you guys send if you have an acoustic set that you want us to put on the Stone Roadie show for Sunday morning acoustics, we'll get Shelby to introduce you, and we'll run you on a Sunday morning acoustic for a couple songs that make sure it's some good stuff, because if it don't look good, we don't really want to put it on there. So anybody has like a Lynyrd Skynyrd tribute band, or if they want to write a song about Lynyrd Skynyrd, or a new song that they just want to write and send us, send us a Stone Roadie, write us a Stone Roadie song. We love the one we have by Bill Major. And ain't had old Estes on here for a while. He had that one song he wrote for us. I ought to dig that up and put it on there. Well, you have heard from Estes lately?
I haven't heard from Mike lately. No,
Mike, if you're out there, man, send me a text. We want to get you back on. But I'm going to be talking to Joe Cramp. So Joe, hey, if you're listening, man, I'm going to give you a call because I want to talk to Moose. I want to start getting some information on Steve Gaines. I want to do it on the road in Miami, Oklahoma, with some people that knew Steve. Maybe go to where he grew up, some of the places that he played over there, some of his band members and things like that. You guys send me some questions. Send me some stuff, supportsurvivors.net, that you might want me to do that has to do with Steve Gaines, and I'll write it all down, and then I'll see if I can't make it happen. So other than that, Craig, I guess we'll play the On the Road with Griff Martin, and then that really cool 8mm lost reel of Dean Kilpatrick and Lady Lambton's Castle.
Alrighty then. So I guess that'll be it for podcast 106 of the Stoned Roadie Show. Is that right? 106?
Yeah, 106. And then be looking for Kathy Godsey and a Saturday night special with Craig this coming Saturday. And she's going to have that special guest that knew Bob Burns. So it's going to be all about Bob Burns. And you might want to send some questions. If you want to send some questions, put them in the comments down below here, and Kathy will go through them and see if she can't get them all answered for you.
Yeah, she's pretty good at going through all those questions that we kind of don't acknowledge or whatever. Yeah, she's kind of pretty good at going.
Well, she's a school teacher, so she's she does her homework. Craig and I, we just get on here and wing
she's
it.
Prepared. She's prepared. But me and Griff, I called him last time. I said, "We doing a podcast today?" He goes, "Yeah." I said, "What are we going to talk about?" He said, "Oh, I got stuff." I said, "Good." I don't have a clue. So
yeah, I still feel a little burned out from that monument. That kind of kicked my ass. That monument thing, man. I ain't kidding, Craig. I got COVID, and then I was like recovering from that for a couple months, and then I started doing some things around my house here that I wasn't able to do because I was so I thought I was going to die. I really thought I was going to die, but I feel better now, and I'm catching up on a lot of stuff. So we're going to get back into the swing of things. You guys, I know it's rough out there, especially the holiday season, and the donations have dropped off. But if you have any extra money that you want to donate, that you want to scrape up, it don't take but $5, and what's that contact information that you usually have on your
Craig
board?
Reed, P.O. Box 442. That's kind of easy to remember, the Oldsmobile 442, P.O. Box 442, Greene, Ohio 44232. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, so if you can't remember that, just go back to one of the older videos and you'll see the board up behind Craig, and you can just write it down off of there. So
yeah, my sister, Craig. The only thing I got out of my post office box the other day when I was there, my sister made me a Stoned Roadie bracelet. Looky there.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah, man.
I don't normally wear jewelry, but
do you have that marijuana ring on your finger right now?
I do, yeah.
I love that, man. A lot of people were commenting on that when you were showing that suitcase.
Yeah.
You could see that on your finger.
Yeah, Sammy gave me that.
That's a cool ring. I wonder how old Timmy's doing, Timmy,
I'd like to hear from Timmy. That's a hoot, man.
Yeah, he just kind of disappeared, Stone Roadies of Memphis.
I don't know. Like I said, I dropped him off at the. I was gonna, try to take care of him and stuff, and he just said, "Man, drop me I was gonna take him to the Cracker Barrel and have breakfast with him, and he goes, "No, man, just just drop me off at that truck stop. I'll be able to catch a ride down south. I said, you sure? He goes, yeah, man.
Yeah, because he wanted
I gave him,
biscuits and gravy.
I gave him some money, in case he, to get some to buy a sweatshirt or something in case he couldn't get a ride, But
then there was that little kid at the monument, and he was a big fan of the Stoned Roadie show, and he was getting Craig to sign. What were you signing for him? You signing like a?
Oh, I signed almost all kind of stuff. You know what? I was just, it's just amazing that. Lynyrd Skynyrd, it's just amazing that band is still has the legacy they have. It's just,
oh yeah,
it just blows my mind that people, I mean, the way people look at me like I'm some kind of a legend or something, and I was a roadie, I mean, I roll with it, But then he goes, man, you and Artimus, you're like it, man. I goes, me and Artimus are from Ohio, we're about pretty far away from the culture that Lynyrd Skynyrd grew up, Gary and Alan and Ronnie grew up in, but they just.
And recently, I know somebody who had a ticket to a Lynyrd Skynyrd concert, and they bought the tickets early, and they couldn't go. And they sold them to somebody, and they said that the value of the ticket like doubled since they bought it.
It's amazing.
Yeah. And then I think what they were saying was that that somebody else, like a younger person, was going with them, and like in their 30s or something. And so that just goes to show you, that they're timeless, man. Everybody that's coming up loves Skynyrd music. All the younger people, they love Lynyrd Skynyrd. They might not know the name Lynyrd Skynyrd if you ask somebody that's 20, 21 years old, but if you mention Sweet Home Alabama, they certainly heard that,
Well, yeah, but look at Zach. Zach's 20, 21, and
Yeah.
Shelby, our new stoned. I called her
Right.
our skinhead. She's our stoned. Yeah, Shelby, she's 25, so she was Skinner was gone for 20 years when she was born. But the
it's crazy.
generational thing, her dad, she ran around with her dad a lot, and he liked Lynyrd Skynyrd, and it was all, she said, it was always on the radio. So even when she was growing up with her dad, and Lynyrd Skynyrd was always on the radio. I mean, even today, you listen to the radio, you can't drive down the road 10 minutes and not hear a Lynyrd Skynyrd song. And you walk into any club in the world, and if you're there for 10 minutes, you'll hear a Lynyrd Skynyrd song. I mean,
oh yeah, another thing I wanted to tell you too before I forget is I was talking to Gene Odom this morning, and he finally got that truck down to where he lives in Inverness, and I told him, I said, hey, I got a freezer in my garage that I'm looking to get rid of. If you want it, I'll just bring it to you. And he said, oh yeah, certainly, I'll take it. So I'll take my camera over there to Gene's house when I drop that freezer off, and I'll get I'll get some stories from Gene. We're about due for some more Gene Odom stories, so be looking for that. I'll probably have it on the road with Gene Odom here in the next week or so, and I'll go hang out with him in his house, and it's always fun hanging around with Gene. And he's got that new truck, but he hasn't, that guy donated that truck to Gene at the monument. It's Colorado. I don't know what year it is. And he had all those stickers on there. You could see it at the monument celebration where Craig was pointing at his name on there. And Gene said, I took every one of those stickers off of every one of those decals off that truck. And Craig goes, you take my name off? Yeah, he took every decal off of that truck that you see. It's a red Colorado. If you go back, what was that? Was that 100, or what was that video that we did?
Oh gosh, I don't remember.
Yeah, it was the monument celebration, and we went back to the crash site with Craig and everything, and that Colorado's on there. That guy donated that truck to Gene, which is it's a really nice truck. And Gene said he got those stickers off and he buffed that thing out. And he says got a beautiful paint job on it. So he's all happy about getting that new truck. And
oh God, yeah, I had my name in marble out there at the monument site before I died, So God, I got to be famous, and then I had my name on Gene Odom's truck. I was feeling pretty dapper, But now I'm,
Then you kind of posted something about putting a bronze statue out there, and then. And you said, "Hey, why don't you get Lynyrd Skynyrd?"
You know what? I just said, you know what? After the light, I heard something about why would Gene think he would need to put a statue of Ronnie out there because he was Ronnie's friend. Well, the life that Ronnie gave me the opportunity to live, even now. If I had an extra 50 grand, I would put a statue out there for him. If I had the money, I'd put a statue out there for every one of them. But especially Ronnie. I mean, without Ronnie, none of this would exist. And there's a lot of bands that wouldn't exist without Ronnie. The Outlaws, Blackfoot, Molly Hatchet. I don't think any of those bands would have ever done anything, would have gotten any recognition without Lynyrd Skynyrd and Ronnie Van Zant.
There needs to be
the way. I mean,
a full size bronze statue of Ronnie somewhere.
Ronnie was Lynyrd Skynyrd was the band that broke the mold to distinguishing country music from rock and roll, because before, when you'd go to present a record, they go, well, are you country or are you rock and roll? I mean, you got to choose. But now you really don't have to. You can mix them, and Skynyrd was kind of, in my opinion, was at the forefront of making that possible.
Well, it's just like I'll be riding with Gene in his truck, and he's got a radio in his little S10 truck. And I say, Gene, turn the radio on. And he goes, man, when I turn that radio on, every time there's a Lynyrd Skynyrd song comes on that radio every time. And I go, well, let's test it. And he turns it on. Tuesday's gone. And he wasn't surprised, but I was. And it's just goes to show you. And I think that might be an AM station, but he says they play Lynyrd Skynyrd all the time on that station that he's got on there. And like I'll walk into like when I did the interview with Joey Davis, as soon as I walked into that bar there was
you did. As soon as you walked into the bar, there was a Lynyrd Skynyrd song playing.
I had probably 20 MRIs, and they used to, back when I got ran over by that car, and every time I would put music, they would put music on for me because I'm very claustrophobic. There'd be a Lynyrd Skynyrd song on every single time. So Lynyrd Skynyrd, man, they're not going anywhere. And rightfully so, because they were a really great band. And there's a lot of great tribute bands out there. And Zach Lane and Six Gun, man, they play some of the best Lynyrd Skynyrd stuff. Oh, did you ever mention too that the Lone Star Skynyrd? How they?
I did last week. Yeah. Last week I mentioned that Lone Star Skynyrd gave us those T-shirts, and Naylor. Naylor. His name is Naylor. Naylor. Yeah, that he's the one from Lone Star that wrote me and said they wanted to donate a part of their proceeds from the door to the donations of the forgotten survivors. And I it's been my kind of thing that I haven't been doing that. I've had at least one other band want to do that, and I just said, man, I don't want to take money from local bands trying trying to make it, and guys don't make that much, but they just insisted. But
Yeah,
apparently they do apparently they do a pretty good door. They're giving us 2.5%, and that's $100. I think that's about $5,000 a show. If my calculation.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They're a great band, great tribute.
So yeah,
band.
that's awful generous, you guys. I really appreciate it. And but there's a lot of bands out there that if you would ask them where they got a lot of their influence, they will tell you that Lynyrd Skynyrd was one of their big influences in their career.
That's like Tuesday's Gone, Ryan King, and I need to check on Ryan. Ryan, if you're out there, man, send me an email. Let me know how you're doing, because I know he's got that illness that he's been battling, but I think the guy's still touring. And he had a GoFundMe page up there because he had an operation he needed to get to keep him alive. So I'll check on that and give you guys an update coming up on that band too. They're really great, really good band, a good tribute band, and there's a lot of great tribute bands out there, Skynyrd tribute bands that play some really good Skynyrd music. All right, Craig. Well, I guess we can wrap it up, man.
Yeah, I guess Jelly Roll. Did Jelly Roll do a Skynyrd song?
Did he? Maybe that's why they gave him the
I don't know. I've only heard bits and pieces about Jelly Roll, but someone said that Jelly Roll did a Lynyrd Skynyrd song. I don't know.
Huh, I'll have to check that out. I might end up being a big Jelly Roll fan. I mean, a lot of people talking about Jelly Roll. I just haven't, I haven't seen anything yet that I really liked the first few minutes of it.
I don't think that scenario is in my future, but we'll see.
Craig,
you never know. You never know. I shouldn't put the guy down. I don't know nothing about him. I just think it's kind of funny.
Oh, I did notice.
You give a guitar like that to a guy that don't play guitar. It's like, it's like, I don't know.
But Craig,
kind of weird. It doesn't seem to make a lot of sense. But
I was watching TV the other day, and I saw Kelly Clarkson come on her show. And I don't watch the Kelly Clarkson show. I was just buzzing through there, and I said, damn, Kelly Clarkson must be looking at Craig's Facebook page because she lost a lot of weight.
You know what's funny? We have under 2,000 subscribers, and I was looking today, and I was looking at something where somebody was talking about how they lost 150 pounds and how they were dealing with losing with all the loose skin they were dealing with. They have 150,000 subscribers.
Yeah,
because they're dealing with loose skin after dealing with losing 150 pounds. They have 150,000 subscribers for talking about dealing with loose skin after you lose weight.
So what's your opinion on how to keep from getting loose skin when you lose weight?
I lost 80 pounds when I was 65 years old, and apparently I have pretty healthy skin because it all shrunk up. I had a chicken crawl under here. I went, good God, what is that? I thought I'm gonna have to go get that taken off, but it went away. But
how was it that you realized that you were fat and you needed to go on a diet? Didn't somebody
one of my best friends, I seen how fat he was, and he told me, he said, I bet you get to 250 pounds before I do. And I went, if I look anything like you, I'm going on a diet right now. But I lied because I had already the week before decided I was going to lose all that weight. He said, I'll bet you $100 that I'll lose weight before you do. I said, I won't even take your bet because I'm going to do it, and I know you won't. And I did it, and he didn't. But I didn't. I could have took his money, but you know.
So were you looking at him and you thought to yourself,
Well,
if
he's
I'm
still
that
fat. I mean,
yeah.
he's still trying. I mean, these people think you can pop a pill and still eat what you always eat and still lose weight. You're just as stupid as you are fat.
So, Craig, what's your suggestion through the holidays of how
You can't gain weight if you don't eat. You know, I mean, I told everybody I fasted. Oh, that don't work. Oh, that don't work. Oh, that's unhealthy. Oh, that don't work. Gee, I feel like something really special. I can do something that nobody else can. I can quit eating and lose weight. It doesn't seem like anybody else can do that. What the problem is they can't quit eating. They're addicted to eating. That's their problem.
Well, you know, they might have a bad thyroid or something.
Oh, yeah, they're big boned.
But everybody says you're picking on just the women.
No. I only look at the women. I don't look at men. I don't. I look at women and think what they would look like if they weren't so damn fat. So she might look pretty good if she wasn't so damn fat.
Well, they're probably afraid they're going to have loose skin, so they just decide.
Well, I
don't know.
You know.
Yeah.
That's like I posted today. I said, tell my buddy I talks to his wife about losing weight. She says, "Don't you love me the way I am?"
Well, you guys don't feel bad because I was over at Zach and Chad Lane's house, and Craig calls and he goes, "What are y'all doing?" I said, "We're getting ready to go out to eat." And Craig goes, "Oh, surprise, surprise." And I go, "Well," I said, "well, me and Chad we aren't fat." And he goes, "Chad's not." and I was like, "Well, damn, how much you weigh, Chad?" And Chad told me we weighed the same. And so I guess I just look fatter than Chad does. So I don't know.
Well, he's got muscle, though. Muscle's stronger and heavier than fat.
Maybe that's what it is.
He worked in a coal mine. You're a rocket scientist, and he worked in a coal mine. There you go.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I guess something to do with it. So you guys don't feel so bad. Craig picks on me, too. And he has been picking on me ever since he met me. You know,
hey, if your best friend won't call you fat, he's not your friend.
Yeah, I appreciate it, and I lost quite a bit of weight, not because I meant to, but just because I had that damn COVID and I didn't feel like eating, and it hasn't come back on me yet. So I'm down probably 15 pounds now. But I think we all looked fat on that video at the monument. Something about that video. I mean, everybody looked like they were like 300 pounds on that video, and video does make you look fat.
I was laughing at everybody for having seconds at Thanksgiving, and then I went out for Thanksgiving dinner and had seconds. I was the last one to finish eating.
Well, you won't eat for 2 weeks after that, and you.
I made my soup last night. I hadn't made my soup in a while.
Did you have any pie?
No, I did not have any pie.
Well, I know when you come down to Florida and I look over, man, you're getting into the food like a backhoe, man. So so you kind of go on some binge eating, but I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Throwing up in the bathroom or what, but
when you don't eat as much as I do, you enjoy it when you do.
And your stomach does shrink. So, whenever it shrinks, it's kind of hard to get that same appetite back real fast. It takes a little while, but some of these people, they get that bypass surgery, they eat right through that thing. They get that bypass surgery and then they get fat again. And you're like, well, what happened to that lap band? And I guess they ate right through it. So.
I when I eat now, I eat a lot slower than I used to. And when I do eat, I chew my food and I enjoy the taste of it. I mean, a lot of people just they don't even taste it; they just swallow it. I mean, they don't. It's just you know.
Well, and the other thing too is it's definitely what you eat too. A lot of carbs.
Yeah.
And now they've got all that bioengineered stuff in the supermarket. Look like all the canned foods are all going to bioengineered. The cereal is all bioengineered. And I'm not sure what bioengineered means, but it doesn't sound good. They got Bill Gates fruit in there now where he's putting some chemical on the apples and watch your look at your labels at the grocery store. They're sneaking that in on you. Some might call me a conspiracy theorist, but it's true. So check out all the bioengineered food at the grocery store. I think they're trying to poison us.
Well, if you do any kind of research on that fructose corn syrup, they say how bad it is from you, but every time I mention it on FakeBook, people just go, Craig, it's just artificial sweetener. It's from natural sugar from this free. It's, you're crazy, and I mean, you just can't argue with these people. I mean, they just.
Well, you must be doing something right because you're the only one left out of that entire band, man. You're like you're either
no, me and Artimus, but Artimus was always a healthy eater too. So
yeah, you guys were watching what you ate, and you were probably watching what drugs you were taking, and you weren't taking the wrong.
Yeah, all them Southerners ate that biscuit and gravy. They're all dead.
Oh yeah, that's a northern thing. Yeah. Well, you didn't eat when you were on the road. You told me you wouldn't eat for days.
Well, all that cocaine I did, damn.
that will. I kind of got a theory. Craig said he lost 80 pounds. I think that was right around the time he got divorced, and there's nothing better than
it was at that time. That's true.
Yeah, a divorce diet is the fastest way to lose weight, because you're thinking about your 401k, where you're going to live, and how you're going to pay the lawyer, and you ain't got time to eat, man. You're too busy. And Craig's had 5 divorces, and that's why he's so trim.
Oh God!
So don't let him fool you. It's not fasting from willpower. It's fasting because he had to.
Well, we started to finish this off about 10 minutes ago. I don't know how we got off onto all this jibber jabber.
Yeah. Well, let's go ahead and wrap it up.
When we don't do a rehearsal, it kind of just goes in whatever direction it goes in, I guess.
Well, now that we pissed all the fat people off, then we can go ahead.
That's why that's why our subscribers.
And I'm fat too, so I can talk about it because fat people, like if you're fat, you can talk about fat people.
Hey, if you got a doggone thing on there where you see either like or subscribe, please hit it. I mean,
yeah.
We're trying to, we're only making about $150 a month off these subscriber things for our Forgotten Survivor thing for fun. So thank God, Jesus. I want to really thank Jesus for survivors. I mean,
oh yeah, that guy. Oh,
that guy. He calls me and Griff disciples.
Yeah. Well, he said that that we were chosen by God to raise money for the plane crash survivors, and so far, I mean, you guys.
And he also pointed out to me that all of Jesus' disciples were not the best of people when they grew up.
Yeah,
before they became disciples, they weren't the best of people, so we kind of qualify.
Yeah, we qualify. So you guys don't be
people kind of laugh at me when I say, I feel like a disciple. But I
Hey,
qualified. I'm qualified, man.
yeah, we didn't ask for that title. We were given that title, and he gave us both. So I'm a disciple, and Craig's a disciple.
So here we go. All right. Well, we're gonna go off onto the next portion of the Stone Roadie show with our videos. And guess we're gonna start off with me and Dean at the Lambton Castle in 1976. I believe that was it. We were there in 1976 at the Lambton Castle. And I think it's only like 4 minutes or something.
Yeah, it's not very long.
And then we got a segment which I haven't even seen yet of Griff down there, Griff Martin on the road at the guitar convention in Orlando with Billy Fender. So I guess we'll just moving right along, and until the next time on the Stoned Roadie show, this has been your co-host, the Stoned Roadie Craig Reed, and my co-host Griff Martin. And on with the show. See you later at the gator, at the wild crocodile, and happy trails to you until we meet again, and may the good Lord take a liking to you.
Yeah, and you guys,
we're out of here. Bye.
you guys stay away from the pie and all the stuff at Christmas.
the same. 'Cause I'm as free as a bird now. And this bird you cannot change. And the bird you cannot change. And this bird you
Okay, on the road with Griff Martin in Mount Dora, Florida. We're at the Renegers Guitar Expo 2023, here to support Billy Fender has a booth here. And then we're going to take a look at some folks with some booths here that are selling guitars and all different kinds of things. And this is the card that we got at the front gate. Buy, sell, and trade at the Mount Dora Guitar Expo. Let's go take a look at some guitars and things. Cool car, Monte Carlo. Okay, here we are, and we just ran into Billy Fender. What's happening, Billy?
Not much, man. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's doing great.
Yeah, pretty good, and it's kind of cool. You got a lot of guitars here, man. You got anything cool you want to show us?
Yeah, we got some really unique guitars. We got Trixie here.
Oh wow, Trixie. Okay. And what kind of guitar is this, Billy?
This is an Epiphone Les Paul Jr.
Yeah, let me come around over there and take a look at that. Okay, an Epiphone Les Paul Jr.
Correct. It's got a 23K quad rail in it, so she's pretty hot.
All right.
Not only does she look hot, she plays hot.
And how did you come about that guitar?
Actually, Steve Reynolds is the one I got it from. He
Okay, cool.
traded me a build for this guitar. So,
Steve Reynolds, we had him on the podcast. He's
Yes.
another guy that was friends with Alan Collins, and
Yes.
I guess he and Billy met Alan about the same time. You guys want to go back and take a look at our earlier podcast. You'll see Billy Fender and Steve Reynolds both on there. So yeah, he's always helping Billy out with cool guitars. Isn't there another one that he found? Another one that you have?
This is a Kramer Farrington.
Kind of like an acoustic electric.
Yes, it's an acoustic electric. It'll play like an acoustic, but it'll also play like an electric guitar.
Cool.
It's pretty hot. So they didn't make these but for 3 years, and there was 3 generations, and actually this is the 3rd generation of them.
Yeah, and I actually heard that. It's got a great sound. And you got another one that's got like a composite back on it.
That's a Fender.
Yeah, that's an old one there, like an 80s model, huh?
Yes. So the Farrington is 80s model as well.
Okay,
This is an 80s guitar as well. Has the composite back.
cool. Kind of
Plays
like
like
the
an
old.
acoustic and it'll play like an electric too.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
And then you've got your Tele Strats.
Yes. One of my favorites is over here. I call it the Black Rose. This is one of my favorites here. The reason I call it the Black Rose, it has a black rose for the neck.
Oh wow. Okay. Cool.
But this guitar, it has Dragonfire screamers in it. They're 17K, and it's got a good sound as well. You can play crunch with it, or you back the volume off a little bit. You can play some nice clean tones with it. And it's got the best of both worlds. You have the Telecaster neck and the Strat body. And you can only guess where I learned that from.
Yeah. We know Alan, and Alan's the king of the Franken Tele.
Yes. And that's where I learned it from, is when I played that guitar that he had given me, it just had a sound, the Tele and the Strat together.
Yeah.
So I started building them. So that's how I ended up with them. I have a few more that I built like that as well. But I built a lot of them. I got one-of-a-kind guitars. This is one of my favorites.
You've got that one with the leather on it too. Let's take a look at that one.
This is a leather wrap that I do.
Yeah, how cool is that, right?
Yeah. They're way cool. It's got a wood pick guard on it.
Is that actual wood or is that
Yes.
imitation? Oh, it
No,
is.
It's real wood.
Cool.
It's real wood.
And look how those pickups look. Really
Yeah.
unique.
Those are actually Gretsch pickups.
Oh, okay.
This is another wrap I did. This is
Wow,
the suit of the alligators kind.
that's the imitation gator, right?
Yeah. Since we couldn't get real alligators.
Yeah, we couldn't get the real alligator. I kind of fell through on
Yeah.
that, but
That's the one I did. It's set up like Neil Young's guitar. And the reason
yeah?
I set it up like that is because Ronnie Van Zant busted them up in Sweet Home Alabama. So I thought, well, I'll build one like his guitar, except for his is a Les Paul. It's got a Firebird pickup in the bridge. It's got a P90 in the neck.
okay.
So, and I call it the Southern Man. So we could
Yes.
throw one out to Neil Young.
Two different sounds altogether.
Oh yeah, this guitar has really, the combination actually sounds amazing.
Yeah.
The P90 and the Firebird. Big.
So when you put it in the middle detent, then it's
yeah,
probably...
it'll do both. It plays
Wow.
both. It sounds real good. It's amazing sounding guitar.
What's really cool about Billy's stuff is, you know, a lot of it's really affordable and it's got a great sound. What's that? It's like a birdland right there. What is that?
This
right
is
there?
a Gretsch guitar.
Okay, Gretsch.
I didn't build this, but I got a friend of mine who owns a pawn shop. He calls me up and says, hey man, I got a guitar. I think you should look at it. So I went over and looked at it. I said, okay, I like it. So I picked it up. Very nice guitar. Plays really nice. It sounds good.
Cool.
I mean, if you're into Gretsch. Gretsch is owned by Fender now, so it's part of the Fender family.
Oh, okay. And even though you're in the Fender family, you aren't really related to,
No.
to Fender.
Everybody always thinks that. Everybody
Yeah.
always asks me if that's my real name.
Kind of
It's my
helps.
real name.
It kind of
does.
helps.
Actually, it does. Actually, it does. So we got a Santana edition PRS. This is a pretty nice guitar as well.
Cool.
We can, that guitar right there, I built that one from the
You
ground
talking
up.
about this one?
Yes.
Okay.
It's got a Wedgwood neck on it. Throw that to us. So it has a Wedgwood neck.
And what is Wingewood?
Wedgwood is a African wood. It's a really hard wood.
Okay.
And I put it on a natural body, but everybody's like, why would you mismatch it like that? One thing I have figured out, the uglier you make it, the more people
Oh
like it.
yeah.
I don't know why.
It's got a great contrast to it.
Yeah.
It looks good to me.
Oh yeah, me too. It has locking tuners on it. Most of my guitars I build, I try to put locking tuners on them. So the tuners are anywhere between $70 and $80, which is actually pretty reasonable because they're hip shot tuners.
So what's that guitar go for in price?
I would sell that guitar for $550.
Yeah. So that's pretty affordable, and I've heard a lot of Billy's guitars, and they sound awesome. They have a really clean, expensive sound.
The reason I make them inexpensive, if somebody wants a custom guitar, they go to Fender or Gibson, they're going to pay $3,000 or $4,000. Most musicians that are starting out that want a custom guitar, they can't afford that. So I
Right.
like to build guitars people can afford. That's how I do it. And I can custom build it. Any combination you can think, we can put it together. I can show you one over here where I put 3 different guitar manufacturers together.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Let's see.
we'll go take a look at that.
All right.
These here, I call them the Les Paul killers. They sound like Les Pauls. They have mahogany body with 2 humbuckers.
Cool.
This is actually a USA made Strat. It's a Ultra Lux.
Okay.
So these guitars usually sell for about $2,800. I usually discount them, try to give somebody a deal. Because I know what it's like to try to be an inspiring musician. And like I told Craig, I try to help other musicians out, just like Alan helped me out and Craig helped us out. So I'm trying to pay it forward.
Right.
Instead of being a crook and trying to get the most I could get, I try to help people out with my prices. So most of the time people come up to me and tell me our prices are like the best. This is another Les Paul killer. It's the same guitar except for this one's a made in Mexico.
And what's great about these sound like Les Paul guitars.
Yes. One thing I learned how to do was make them sound like a Les Paul. I've recorded with both of them with a Les Paul, and you can't tell which one's which.
Can it have a Fender sound as well?
Yeah, you can. Yes, yes. You flip up to your neck,
Yeah.
and it'll sound like a Fender.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
So you get two guitars in one.
So if you're looking for a Les Paul combination Fender sounding guitar, that's your baby right there.
Fender marketed them as the Les Paul Killer. That's
Okay.
what they marketed them as. So we got some other unique guitars over here. This guitar is one of a kind. You won't find anything like it, and it's pretty hard to find anything like it out there as far as the components and stuff.
Yeah, you Skynyrd fans would love to have this one, especially if you want to be politically incorrect.
Yes. And then again, Telecaster neck, strap body.
Really cool, man.
Yeah, these are cool guitars.
Little statement guitar
Neck
there.
plate.
Oh yeah, sweet.
So I got some Strats too. This is a Strat body with binding on it. This guitar is actually a USA made body. It's made by Dillion Guitars. John Dillion. John Dillion worked for Gibson, Gretsch, and Guild. He's been around a while, so I know John. I've talked to him several times. He's a really cool guy too.
That's pretty cool. The color off of that.
I call this one the tuxedo.
Black and red. Really pops.
Yes. And there again, I got the Dragonfire Screamers in it. They're 17K. So it's got a good clean sound. And if you want to play crunchy sounds, it'll do it all day long.
And what's the price on something like that, Billy?
450 bucks.
Wow, very affordable.
Here's another Strat with a telly neck. This one, Alan used to have a 52 deuce coupe, and that's what I call this guitar, the 52 deuce coupe.
All right.
Yeah. It's got a roller nut and roller saddles, so you can bang on that whammy bar all night long.
Yeah.
And it ain't gonna go out of tune.
And you don't have to put any graphite in there.
Nope. This one will stay in tune. You bang on that whammy bar all night long.
Nice.
So we have a Supersonic.
This is actually a new guitar, but it's got a vintage look to it.
Yeah. And actually what Squire did, they call it the Paranormal Series. So if you take a Jazzmaster, because you flip it over and it looks just like a Jazzmaster.
Okay.
So they took a Jazzmaster, turned it over, and made the Supersonic. Very cool guitar. Of course, I changed the pickup on it because that's one of the things I do. It's got the quad rail.
Yeah, that quad rail, that's an awesome sound.
Yeah. They got a lot of punch to them. So one of the guitars, this is the guitar that I'll be donating to the Clay County Sheriff's Department. Steve's neighbor was a deputy, and he died of cancer.
And that was his actual badge
This
right
was
there?
his actual badge. His widow gave it to Steve, and Steve gave it to me, and I told him I'd make a custom guitar with it. So that's what we did. We mounted the badge on the guitar, and I built a custom guitar.
And what are you going to do with this?
We're going to donate it to the Clay County Sheriff's Department for them to auction off.
Awesome. Billy does a lot of donating. He's actually donated guitars to us and things too, so we really appreciate Billy's donations.
Yes. I like to pay it forward. Like I said, Alan and Craig helped me out immensely when I was first starting out, so I try to help everybody else out.
And then we've seen this one before on the podcast that Billy was on. It's actually a chambered body, right?
Yeah, that's chamber body. I put a Seymour Duncan little 59 in it, so essentially it's like a mini humbucker, is what it is.
Really light.
Yes.
Very light.
This is a very unique sounding guitar as well. It's got a lot of sustain, has a very solid sound to it. It's not a solid body. it's all chamber.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Unbelievable how light that guitar is, too.
Here's another custom build I made. I call this one the Purple Death. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, skull and crossbones, that's pretty cool.
It has Gretsch pickups in it. Gretsch pickups and the Fender were a good match. Fender owns Gretsch now. So that's pretty cool. Here's another 80s guitar. This is an Epiphone Stratocaster. And actually, Steve just got a white one like it, and I helped him restore it, bring it back, so it could be played. This one I did the same thing when I got it. The electronics weren't so great, so I put Dragonfire Crusader in it. That's what those are called. They're not as hot as the Screamers, but they have a very good, clean sound to them.
Nice looking guitar too. Really smooth neck on there.
This is a vintage guitar. Actually, that's reasonably priced too. $450 you can take home.
Wow.
And you have an 80s guitar. This one is the Fender Meteora. Fender started making it about 2 years ago, I believe. And they're pretty cool guitars. They're a very unique guitar. It has very good sound. You can get a Strat sound out of it, or you can get a good crunch sound out of it. So, very unique guitar. This is one of my favorite guitars.
Good looking guitar.
Yeah, these are great guitars. This guitar from Fender runs about $1,200.
And then you can pick that one up for how much?
You can pick it up for $1,100. I've had it for a while. I played it. I've had my fun with it. So it's time to move on. You know what I mean?
So if somebody wants to get a hold of you, they go to billyfender.com, right?
Yeah, you can email me at bill@billyfender.com.
bill@billyfender.com.
Right. That's my email address.
So if you guys want to get an affordable guitar, contact Billy and he'll hook you up.
Yes, I will.
All right, Billy. Well, you've got a lot of cool stuff here. We appreciate you inviting us out, and you guys get in touch with Billy if you want to get a nice, reasonable guitar that sounds great. Billy
do
will
custom
hook you up.
builds as
And he
well.
does custom builds too, and we've seen some of them. Thank you, Billy. Appreciate it.
Everybody have a nice day. I appreciate it.
All righty.
All right.
Okay, Billy, who do we have here?
This is Big Al from the Lake County Musicians Swap Meet. Al started this, and this is what he does.
Hey, Al, how you doing? It's a
I'm
nice,
doing fine
nice
today.
little setup you got here. Tell us about it and a little bit about the history of it.
We started a little over 15 years ago in a hotel over here by the Waterman Hospital. We had about 12 dealers in that little room, and the owner of the motel and I found we didn't like each other. So I had to find a new place to go, and I met Mr. Renninger the day we were going to shut down. He brought me out here, and we've got room. Today is our largest show ever. We've got almost 60 booths set up, and I'm telling you, if you can't find what you want out here, it doesn't exist.
Okay.
Believe me.
Yeah.
Believe me. Guitars, drums, keyboards, cables, pedals. Did I forget something?
Drums.
And then from noon to 3, we got a blues jam with a professional band, and people like me get up and play if my voice works.
Right.
And we usually have food here. I don't know where they are today, but this is an event, like I said, over 15 years.
Yeah. This is a nice temperature today too.
Oh yeah.
It's nice and cool.
I wish it would break through the clouds though.
Yeah. So how often do you have the event here?
We had it for 13 years. We had it every other month.
Okay.
Two things happened. The summer shows nearly killed everybody because of the heat.
Right.
And then COVID hit us. And so we went and did 13 months through COVID, and we lost our shirt.
Yeah.
So we cut back.
Yeah, that COVID, everybody took a hit off of that COVID. That was a bad deal. Hopefully we won't see that again for a while.
This guy's a professional player.
Well, Al, hey, it's good to talk to you and know who it is that's setting this thing up.
I wish this was working a little better.
Yeah, he had to hit that flask a little bit to clear himself up. That's a little trick I might have to try.
Yeah, well, fits right in the pocket and goes right down the throat.
All right, Al. Hey, we appreciate you, man. Nice talking to you.
Thank you for coming to my show.
Okay, here we have an interesting gentleman. What's your name?
Billy Stick.
What's the last name?
Stick.
Stick. Billy Stick. A lot of cool names around here, man. So what's happening, Billy? What you got here, man?
Well, this is a cigar box guitar.
So you build these cigar box guitars?
I build each and every one of these. I build regular guitar style. The three up here on the end, that's my Prisoner of War series.
Cool.
I build here bass guitars, I build those. And I built this one with everything on the outside of the cigar box instead of mounting it on the inside. It sounds incredible.
Oh, right. And this is kind of like a sort of like a dobro, right?
It sounds like a dobro.
It's only 3 strings on it, huh?
Yes, I built 3 and 6 strings. These up here on there are 6 strings. I actually built a 5-string like this Texas guitar right here. The guy out in Texas wanted it, he got it now, so it's a 5-string.
Wow, they're really cool. And they have a good sound to them, do they?
They have excellent sound. They sound like a guitar. Well, I'm your honky tonk.
Cool. That's a great sound. So I was telling you that that I do a podcast with Craig Reed, and you know, he's the original guitar tech for Lynyrd Skynyrd, back to the early original Lynyrd Skynyrd, and you said you know Johnny Van Zant.
Yeah, well, actually, I've met all of Skynyrd. Actually, we were with Johnny Van Zant and Lacey the night that Skynyrd guys walked in over at the what was the name of that hotel? Huh? Yeah, the Peabody. The Peabody Motel. And had my niece out there. I took her out to meet Johnny. And then we were there the night he got inducted into the Lynyrd Skynyrd band.
I'll be darned. Yeah. And you got a story about Lacey even.
Oh, I got a bunch of stories about Lacey. That was a cool guy. I had started telling you about it. We went out to see Johnny one night, and we were in the motel room, and Lacey was sitting on the bed, and one of the roadies came in and goes, "Hey, Pop," he goes, "Ready to go see your boys, getting ready to go on?" And so he goes, "Yeah." I said, "Where's my shoes at?" So he goes, "They're over here." So the roadie picked up these shoes, and they were old brogans. And I'm telling you, the toes were turned up like that, and they were cracked. They looked like a Georgia road mount. He strapped those bad boys on. He had on his bib overalls and a white t-shirt, and he laced those shoes up. He goes, "Let's go see my boy." And then another time we were at the Speed World drag strip in Orlando, and Johnny and them were playing a gig out there, and we were backstage, and I saw a fight break out up front. And so I was watching them, and Lacey had his back to the stage, and I was watching. Finally, I touched Lacey. I said, "You might want to move this way a little bit." And he goes, "What's up?" I said, "These guys are fighting behind you. You couldn't hear them because of the music, you know." And he looked around like that, and he said, "Just a couple of guys having some fun." I mean, it was just so laid back.
Yeah.
Great guy.
Yeah, I never had the chance to meet him, but I get to interview a lot of people that have great stories about Lacey, and you know, I've met Johnny. Johnny's a really cool guy.
Yeah, we knew Johnny way back when he was in Austin Nichols, and my wife's brother-in-law, Richard, he introduced us to Johnny, and when Johnny was around, we'd go get Richard, and we'd go hang out with him and stuff, you know. have a good time. Then he got into Lynyrd Skynyrd.
Oh,
We saw
yeah.
him one more time since then, and that's it.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll remember you. He's a pretty personable guy. You know?
Actually, they were playing at the arena in Orlando, and Johnny said, "Cut on the lights, let me see who's in here." So they cut the lights on. He looked around, he goes, "Billy and Marilyn."
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, he's a very nice guy.
Yeah, Johnny's a good guy.
Well, Billy Stick, man, it's great chatting with you, and you got some really cool looking guitars here.
Thank you.
I'm going to videotape some of them. Is there, okay, it says 407-325-9383. If you want to contact Billy Stick for some really cool cigar box guitars. And you have a website or anything?
Yes, I do. It's Billy Stick.
Billy Stick.
Well, actually, I have Facebook. I do.
Okay.
I sell everything off of Facebook.
Well, thanks, Billy. Thanks for playing that for us. Really awesome sounding guitar, and you got some really cool stuff here. And we appreciate the words.
All right, man.
Thanks
Enjoy.
a lot.
You take care.
Now that's kind of cool right there, Billy. That fishing tackle guitar.
I didn't come up with the idea. I stole the idea. I'm not going to lie to you about it. But I wanted to make a couple of them. I've sold quite a few of them. They sell really good.
Neat, man.
I sell a lot of the boat paddles. These sound incredible too. I mean, they sound like the guitar I just got through playing. Yeah. And then, like I said, of course, I make 6-string guitars. Here's one here, and then the Prisoner of War series that I have over there. And sell quite a bit. We do a lot of shows and stuff from time to time.
Really cool work. Thank you, Billy.
All right, man. You take care.
Okay, here we have an interesting gentleman. He's got some kind of some unique guitars over here. What's your name?
Joe Chambliss.
Joe Chambliss. And Joe, what are these guitars you have over here? These are kind of like unique, interesting guitars I've never seen before.
These are American Showster guitars. They were originally built in North Jersey by Rick Alexante, and then they were built in the Kramer factory. After that, they were built in Bayville, New Jersey, a shore community. Bill Meeker and Rich and Dick Haynes owned the company after they bought into it, and then Bill Meeker ended up taking the company over. Upon Bill Meeker's passing, the company has closed up, and they still own the trademark and everything, and we still have a bunch of guitars for sale. They built a biker-style guitar, shape of a Harley gas tank, and the 57 Chevy type, which they light up on the back end.
Oh wow, that's really cool.
Oh yeah. Dolly Parton's got one. That one right there is autographed by Steve Miller. He's got one. Elton John's guitar players have them. Use them during Crocodile Rock.
Okay.
They also made a peace sign guitar too. And two of them went up to the concert for 9/11. Richie Zambora brought them up there.
How old are these guitars?
These are all, I would assume they were built in late or mid to early 90s.
Yeah.
In that time range.
Okay. Yeah, really unique. I could see, where a band would like to have a novelty guitar like this. They sound pretty good, do they?
Yeah, that AS57 is very similar sound to a Stratocaster, depending on which pickups are in.
Okay.
Different
cool.
ones. Very similar. Play like a Strat too. Very easy.
All right.
Hold their value.
Do you have like a website or something that somebody could contact you, or how would somebody get a hold of you? If
You
they were
could
interested?
call me. I don't have any website. It's Joe Chambliss. You can find me on Facebook. I'm in St. Augustine Beach, Florida, and my telephone number is 910-6845. And there are more guitars available from the family who still owns these.
Okay, cool. Hey, we appreciate it. And there's the contact information. Anybody who's interested. These are really awesome looking guitars, and give him a call. Contact him. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much.
It's a light preamp, but other than that, I'm not working.
Okay, here we have stage set up here at the Renegers Guitar Expo, and it's kind of cool because they have different musicians that you just come and you sign up if you want to play. Open mic type thing here, and you sign up and then they call you up and you can play your favorite songs with other musicians and things. Really cool. So we're going to check this out. As soon as they start playing, I think they start at noon, and we got like about 45 minutes before that time. They're getting ready, setting things up. Got the mixing board over here. So we'll check that out a little later.
Test, 1, 2. They working, Marlon? From my angle, I can't. Okay. Yeah, from my angle, I can't tell. All right, we ready?
Check 1, 2. All right, everybody, welcome to the November edition of the Central Florida Blues Lovers Jam. Glad to see you all here today. Nice weather with cloud cover and no sun. Perfect for November. So, if you have not signed up for the jam, if you want to play, please come up here on my right. On the left-hand side of the stage is the sign-up list. Sign up, we'll try to get everybody up as soon as we can. Good blues today. Come on in, y'all. We got good blues today. You will let your hair down. We'll make everything okay. Ain't no doctor, Ain't no doctor's son. Ain't no doctor. Ain't no doctor's son. But I can ease your pain until the doctor comes. They don't grow on no tree. Sweet as peaches don't grow on no tree. Sweet as honey, it don't come from no bee. But I can ease your pain. Ain't no pilot, but I can fly your plane. Ain't no engineer, but I can drive your train. We got good blues today. Come on in, y'all. We got good blues today. People, let your head out. We'll make everything okay. Well done. Blues overtook me when I was a little child. The blues overtook me when I was a little child. Fast women and whiskey made this poor boy wild. When I was a young kid, early on my own, you know, the blues overtook me down the road. Blues overtook me when I was a little child. Fast women and whiskey made this poor boy wild. Okay, come here. dark and cloudy, I believe it's gonna rain. Makes me want to hear my baby call my name. You know the blues overtook me when I was a little child. Fast swimming and whiskey made this poor boy wild.
You
What you want me to do?
How y'all doing?
Craig talks about fat folks and cigarette smokers too. So if you're fat and like to smoke, he might poke a little fun at you. Yeah, Craig likes telling it like it is, so it's something that you wanna know. If your feelings get hurt real easy, you better not watch the show. If your feelings get hurt real easy, you better not watch the show. Happy trail.